Hi guys, my name is Ben and welcome back to the Pride of Villa. Following our defeat from Leicester City away, which was 4-0 to Leicester, um, we've calmed down, we've had some time to think about the result, and me and Nathan's feelings still feel the same as we do believe that Dean Smith's time is up. So with that in mind, I wanted to do a video focusing on who could potentially replace Dean Smith at some point. So I've got three options in mind, and I'm just going to discuss with you, some of their stats and what I think about them. So if you're going to enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and get ready for a bit of Pride of Villa. Just before we do start though, the Pride of Villa has secured a sponsorship with fatalgrips.com. If you want the latest and innovative gaming accessories for any of your consoles, ranging from PS4 skins to Nintendo Switch controller grips, be sure to use Fatal Grips. If you use the discount code PRIDOFVILLA, that is PRIDOFVILA, that's PRIDOFVILLA, you'll get 10% off your purchase. And so yeah, just save a bit more money. So next time you can spend it on something else. So make sure you check out fatalgrips.com. We'll leave a link in the description with the discount code so you never forget. And yeah, let's get started. So to kick off this video, I wanted to start with the manager that has quite recently been linked with the Villa job. Every time you go on Twitter when Villa have had a bad performance, it seems that everyone just wants to tweet about the big red button. That is right, the first manager I'm going to be talking about today is Sam Allardyce. Sam Allardyce is an English manager. He's been around since 1990, so over 20 years of management. His last job ended with Crystal Palace. His first one started with Blackburn. Looking at his stats, he's played a total of 1,018 games, winning 395 of them, drawing 267 and losing 356, which is actually not that bad, That's a 40 plus result against the losses, which means that Sam Allardyce clearly does know his managing style. But what is that style? Well, according to some of the pages that I found online, they say that his style is more consistent on playing with long balls. So that means from further back in the team, that means punting the ball forward so that the team can work on with that. And basically, stop playing tippy-tappy football, stop playing one-twos with each other, and just essentially move it up the pitch so that they're more likely to impose more attacking threat onto the opposition and, create some chances from that. So looking into his stats, the best team that he's probably managed is Bolton Wanderers, and that was back in 1999. So that is over 21 years. So his win record is 153, his draws are 104, and his losses are 114. So in total, that is 374, with a winning percent of 41.24. As we said, his last job was Crystal Palace. That did end on 8 wins, 3 draws, and 9 losses, total 20, and a win percentage of 40%. But let's not also forget that he did manage the England team, and that was, according to this page, 1 game, which means he has a 100% win record. So you can't complain. You only want to play 1 game, get the win, and leave. That's what I'd do. But why would Sam Allardyce be a good manager for Aston Villa right now? Sam Allardyce brings experience to Aston Villa. He bring, as you've seen online, or you've probably read about, or you probably just know in general, Sam Allardyce has never been relegated with a team. He's never had a team go down to the Championship, He's done this with Crystal Palace, Sunderland, West Ham, Blackburn, Newcastle. He's done it with teams that have, been starved of good players and massive budgets, and yet he's worked around it, especially Newcastle, just going back on to Rafa Benitez, he didn't have a lot of money. Yet you look at the team that they were before he left, they were pushing a serious amount into the Premier League, moving on from being a bottom half team to a mid-table team to starting to lay the foundations for a top half team again. But what Sam Allardyce can do to Villa is just, I guess, bring in some more confidence right now, because it seems like every player on our team just lacks the confidence right now. There just doesn't seem to feel any harmony. There's just nothing that makes the players feel like they can push on in the game and win a result from it. So I think that's what Sam Allardyce would help with. I just think, and also, it's Sam Allardyce. He's got that managerial career, so he know how to handle with big games. So that when we go to the top six teams, because we haven't beaten one this season, we're the only newly relegated, new promoted team in the Premier League to not be a top six team, which is very disappointing considering Norwich were able to beat Man City at home, and Sheffield United have beaten Tottenham, Arsenal, they've beaten Man United, they've beaten Chelsea, they've done it all, you know. But for Villa, we haven't come close to that. The closest we came was Arsenal, and that was a 3-2 result. But even then, we should have won that. So I think Sam Allardyce would bring in a bit more stability into the team, a bit more consistency, and just more confidence. It would lift their heads up in the chins. It would make them stop feeling down about every performance and really just put the fight back into Villa that we need right now. So that's what I think about Sam Allardyce. What would you say in the comments down below? I want to hear what your thoughts are. I don't think he would be a bad manager. Would he get in right now? Probably not. I think if we were to get him, I think he'd have to come in at the start of the championship season. But yeah, let us know what you think, and let's move on to the next manager. The next one I want to talk about. This isn't really someone that's been linked with the job as much, only as of the Leicester defeat at the time of recording this, which is the 10th of March 2020. The assistant manager in John Terry. Now, John Terry he hasn't had a managerial career anywhere else. His first job came to Aston Villa back in the 2018-2019 season in the Championship, after his 1 year playing career with Aston Villa in the 2017-2018 season. What would John Terry bring to the club? Obviously, he doesn't have a manager's style because he's only brand new to the game, really. He hasn't had the exposure of being a solo manager. But I'd imagine John Terry's main strengths would be working on defence, which is a massive, massive downfall of Aston Villa. Again, going back to the Leicester game, we were conceding goals because of our wide fullbacks just not being able to keep up with the pace, and then getting caught offside with the offside trap. Sorry, the first goal was an offside trap, and yet we fell for it. And I think right now it's not looking like he's doing a fat lot in the training pitch, but give John Terry some time. We could see the next Frank Lampard, and look how well he's done for himself. He only came into the game of managering last season with Derby, and he did really well. Got player final. Unfortunately, he did lose out to us 2-1, but he went on from that to go and manage Chelsea, and they've had a bit of a rocky season. It hasn't been a great one. They had the transfer ban in the first half of the season, but they did get that overpeeled. Didn't sign any players, but they're making use of their squad. You look at their squad, and you can definitely see the foundations for the academy players coming in, especially Billy Gilmore, who is being really regarded as a massive bright talent for the future of the Premier League. So, yeah, John Terry at Aston Villa. For me, it wouldn't be a bad short-term option, because it at least gives him a bit of experience. It at least gives him the idea and basics of reading a game, understanding what tactics are, and just giving him the chance to find his best formation and the tactics that he wants to implement into his teams. But I think after 6 months, probably, I think we would need a long-term manager and a long-term future. Which is to say John Terry will be back, because we don't know yet. He's only just at the start of his career, but right now it's one of those that it's just going to take time. So yeah, a bit of a short one on John Terry there. It's only because we just don't know enough about John Terry right now to manage, to decide whether he's going to be a good manager. All we know is he's a Chelsea legend, one of the most consistent centre-backs in English football. He's represented England as well. I'm pretty sure under Sam Allardyce. But he has represented England, which means he does have the knowledge, he does have the experience on big games. Again, as we've said, that can help provide confidence, it can help provide expertise for managing the bigger games when we're playing against bigger top-side teams or in a big circumstances like cup finals. Yeah, want to hear what your thoughts are again on John Terry. Not a bad option for me, just a short-term option. So let's move on to our final manager. So finally, I wanted to talk about a manager that I feel would be my first option for the club. And I think this is to some surprise to a lot of Villa fans, but I'm going to go with Marcelo Bielsa of Leeds United. For me, he's the best manager in the Championship. It's it says something when they leave after the one season they had in 2018, 2019, and they're brought back in for another year because it clearly shows that the board have absolute amounts of faith in the manager. But Marcelo Bielsa is a really good manager. Let's not discredit him. He's a brilliant manager. In terms of his attacking style and his coaching style, he does like to play two formations. The first one that he used with Argentina, Chile, and Marseille is a 3-3-3-1. So this means he plays three centre halves, three midfielders, um, three wider midfield, no, two wider midfielders and one attacking option, and then just a lone striker. This allows basically for a more pushed up, fast paced, attacking style of play. So they're not going to be relying on the defence as much. They're going to be relying on a lot of creativity from the midfield and allowing the striker to finish any chance that he's given, and just give him the time to work in his own and essentially improve himself, and a bit of a flair formation, if we say. And it also allows the players to, when they do recover the ball, it allows them to attack and press on the opposing team aggressively, and keep the ball very well so that the passing is consistent, it's solid, it's always going to the next player, and they're able to continue pushing through to the field. But recently with Leeds, he's been adapting to a 4-1-4-1 or a 4-3-3. As this is Dean Smith's formation, we already know what this formation is like to play. But just so you don't know, but just looking at the 4-1-4-1, this basically means that four centre halves as standard. It keeps a solid defensive line, so it makes it harder for opposition to try and get past. But with that extra one midfielder at the back, it allows for even more stability. It makes it almost seem as if they're playing five at the back, but they're not, because they've got that extra set defensive midfielder that allows for help on the back four, but whilst providing assistance to the midfield. And then yet again, four midfield and then one lone striker, which just creates more chances, gives the players a bit more to work with and a bit more space. Pass it out to the wingers, provide more crosses in, more headers, or just let the midfield just run the show and just pass it through. But if we're going to go on to his stats, Marcelo Bielsa, his actual best run of form is with Leeds. Even though he's at Athletic Bilbao, playing 113 matches, winning 43, losing 31, and drawing 39. Compared to his Leeds stats recently, he's only played lesser matches in 91, but he's won 49, draw 16, and lost 26. That is a very, very good stat for a league that is as competitive as the Championship. It shows that his philosophies do work. It shows that his tactics do work. And let's not forget what he's done to the Leeds team. He's massively improved it. The players that he's brought in, he's managed to bring in Tom Harrison back from loan on a permanent deal, I believe. He managed to sell Pontus Jansson, who was having a bit of a ragged season towards the end, and just reinvest that into the team. He did bring on Nketiah. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. But, he's made talent in Ben White, who he's recently been linked with Tottenham Hotspur. So clearly he's doing something right with not only the team that he's been given, but with the youth academy, which Villa could also potentially delve into. So what do I think? Obviously, as I said, this is my personal choice for the first manager of Aston Villa. I think he's a good option. I think he's the guy, whether he do go up or down, whether he stays in English football, whether he wants to try something else, because if we do go down, it's just another team in the Championship. I know Villa's going to be a bit more, well, hopefully fleshed out if we do go down. But, is he willing to spend another season in England trying to coach another team to the Premier League, which he's perhaps maybe failed at twice? Will he go up with Leeds and if Villa stay up, would he jump ship if Leeds were to be, not progressing as far as he would have liked? But who knows? I just think he can play Dean Smith's attacking play, but I think he can play better. I think Leeds play attractive football. They play a style of football that's just appealing to watch. That compared to Villa, it's not always going to be a shambles because they're not going to be conceding 4 goals, whereas Leeds will probably only concede at best 1 or 2. So I think it's one of those options that we need to consider. I'd like to think that on a short list, Villa are considering Marcelo Bielsa. But yeah, we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen with the Villa manager. Obviously, from our match reactions, we've said our thoughts. We've said it on Instagram, but we're just going to say it. Just going to say it right now. I think Smith's time is up. I just don't think his tactics work anymore. I think he's way too out of experience for our league. And strangely enough, I would see him in the Championship. I would let him have time because I actually don't think it would be as bad in the Championship as the Premier League. I think the Premier League is a little bit more demanding and just too far off the speed for Dean. But yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments down below what you thought about our managers today. And yeah, I'm just going to carry on. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I wanted to make a short video but still have something to provide with you midweek so that's you're prepared for our match review and match predictions / preview for Chelsea. If you would like to see this video continue on, if you would like to see a follow-up to this video, please leave it in the comments or share it onto our Twitter. There's some more managers that we can talk about, some more circumstances we can talk about. We can talk about Slaven Bilic. We could talk about the possibility of Eddie Howe, Daniel Farkle coming to a club. Or just someone completely random from another league. Whatever you want to see, please leave it in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and turn on those notifications bells so you never miss out on a new video from us here at the Pride of Villa. Good night, guys. Up the Villa with the Pride of Villa.